which I'll transfer over. What is that the end of this issue?
Oh, no, it's not going to be the end of the issue.
No, what I mean is that all the information recorded, to this incident? That
yeah, it was just a simple thing where I was locked in the facility. There was no way to contact the people that run the place to get somebody to come and get me out. So what other option would I have? It's like when I was in Spokane in the 1980s working on the streets with the homeless, and they had all those old crappy buildings there where all the seniors were housed, in cockroaches and everything else. And I would go in to do physical assessments on them and try and get them services and stuff. And I would tell them, leave the curtains cracked so I can see in if you don't come to the door. And I could look in, sometimes they'd be on the floor. I'd kick the door in and the police would show up and say, well, what else could you have done? You had to get in there. They might have still been alive. There's no other option but calling the police when you're in a situation like that.
Absolutely.
But I won't do it again.
What would be a resolution? What kind of resolution are you seeking?
I think that cop should be fired because obviously he has no business working with people. And I know that's not going to happen because those are the kind of people they want.
Is there anything else that you'd like to tell me? Or
I would like to have a meeting with the mayor and the police chief. And possibly some agencies that deal with the needs of the homeless. And I want somebody from the state level that has to do with funding.
All right, is that it?
And I want a written apology from the city of Boise and the Boise Police Department. And none of those things will happen.
Well, if that's your resolution, do you have anything else that you want to?
I'm not through deciding what is all I'm going to do. It just happened yesterday.
Okay.
One of the things I'm going to do is post the video online and write about it.
Okay. What this process will be from here is I got this information. I'll transfer the recording, so I'll have what we actually spoke about. I will give this to our director. She won't be back, I don't think, till like Tuesday. She's out of town, but she'll decide, do we want this to be in an inquiry, what we call an inquiry, or a complaint. And this is after I will review the policies and procedures to see if anything was violated, like we spoke about. Mm-hmm. Then, depending on, we will contact you. So far, we have a phone. We will contact you regardless to let you know. We normally do it in writing, but if that's not, if that's a hardship for you or whatever, we will contact you. We have a lot of other cases open, so I wouldn't expect an immediate response. I mean, these I'm taking a guess on this, but I think this will probably take 2 to 4 weeks to get back with you with what our actions are going to be.
Here's what I expect, not to hear from you, and then I'll be presenting down here again.
And that's fine, but that's not how we operate.
Yeah, that's how almost all of the government agencies operate here. Yeah. I have other stories.
Yeah.
to tell. And see, here's the difference between me and the other people who've been treated the same way by the police department. I speak up, I tell the story, I write about it, and I complain. And if they also did the same thing, there might be some changes made. But all I can do is what I can do.
Okay, well, do you have any questions on our process?
Well, I know the process is designed to CYA the police.
And also, I might add, do you have the availability to get on the internet?
Why, yes, I do.
Because you can access the Boise Police Department's policies and procedures if you want to take the time to do that, and you can see what is in their policies and procedures. If you do choose to do that, you need to put in July of 2016. That was their last remake, if you will. They add
update of the policies.
Yeah, they have, they do individual little updates that they'll put in there too, but as a whole, that was the most current one, July of 2016.
Okay, what I know is that when I came to Boise, I had no idea what it was really like here. And I have been through unbelievable stuff, one thing after another while here. Not just from the nonprofits, which are unregulated, but also police harassment for no apparent reason, lack of low-income housing. What low-income housing they did have was all given to immigrants. And I don't have a problem with the immigrants because I'm very intelligent, I'm very well educated. I know who it was that caused the problems in their countries. I don't have a problem with the individual immigrants, and the people that I have a problem with are the people that caused the problems for them, and the people here who decided to fill up all the low-income housing so that no one else could get any housing, and chose not to build any new housing. And so it's just a horror story. It's a waste of time to even look at this point. But they run people around in circles looking anyway. They give you these long lists to call, and there's nothing.
I don't like to hear that. Obviously, our office is limited on what our jurisdiction is.
People don't like to hear a lot of the truth here in Boise, I've noticed. And that's where I live, is in the truth, so they don't like me very much. That's fine with me. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll be in touch, as they say.
Oops, I don't know.